Nobody asked for it, but I have a knack for it. It's calling all marks. Welcome back to the show. If this is your first time, don't feel bad. It's only my third video. I'm going to come with a quick one today. It's just going to be who's taking over for the Dark Order. Who's going to be the leader? In my opinion, I think the only logical way that they can go is -1. Make it like RoboCop 2, where the kid's the leader of the gang, and he's running rampant around AEW, and he's just pointing people out for the gang to beat up. And seriously commit, make the guys really want to please this kid. And then as he gets a little bit older, and depending on how long you can get it out of it, maybe a few months, maybe to a year, make them revolt against him. And then now you have a way to write him off TV for when, he wants to just go and be a kid. And then when he comes back when he's 18, restart the Dark Order. Because I doubt it'll be going by then. But restart it. Take it back. Or, throughout the time that he's missing, just have weird stuff happen to the Dark Order and just come to find out it was him pulling the strings all along. That's what would be pretty cool, I think. Or there's a bunch of things that you could do. I don't think it should be any of the members. I don't think it should be Colt Cabana. I don't think it should be Stu Grayson, Evil Uno. I don't think it should be John Silva, Alex Reynolds. I don't even think it should be Hangman Page. I think the only logical explanation or a logical way to do this would be -1. Or Eric Rowan, but I highly doubt he'd want to take that position. I think it should be -1. There's just so much potential, it's ridiculous. You can have the kid playing on everyone's emotions. You can have the kid actually be really ruthless. It just writes itself. Because if we're being honest, the night of the memorial show for Brody, the logical step was Eric Rowan. It had to be Eric Rowan. There was no other person you could imagine being the leader of the Dark Order. And then when he showed up, I was like, yep, they're going to do it. But then he never showed up again. He never came back. And then they introduced -1. And instantly, I thought of RoboCop 2. If you haven't seen RoboCop 2, go check it out. Once you see it, I can almost guarantee you're going to love the idea of -1 being the leader of the Dark Order. The many different directions that they can go with that storyline. Where the kid, he's just evil. He's the most ruthless one of them all. And I think that would be pretty interesting. Good character development. Even if they wanted to use Eric Rowan still. Bring him in as the kid's muscle. Uncle Redbeard? What? Oh my God. He'd be like his own personal Michael Myers. Point someone out. Oh, he upset me, Uncle Redbeard. Redbeard attacks. Because then obviously Redbeard would be the muscle of the group. Maybe you put Reynolds and Silver in the tag team spot with their titles. Give them a little bit of shine because I think they're pretty good. I think that's the most logical way to go. Anyone else, I think it's not going to do well. I think, in my opinion, it has to be -1. But the only thing with that is how far can you really go with the little kid being the leader? I don't know. That's why I'm not in the business, I guess. But I think it would be cool to have the kid be the leader. All right, switching gears here. I have to say it. Take the belt off Darby. Take it off him as soon as possible. He doesn't need it. TNT title should be a floating title. Let someone grab it. Almost like the IC title. Be the best worker in the eyes of the office, maybe. Or in the eyes of the fans, seeing you like to listen to the internet so much. Have that one be a floating title. You know what I mean? Have each person who holds it hold it for a few months, and then drop it. Make that one like a UFC type title. You know what I mean? Same way a la Brody, how he just decimated Cody. Anything can happen. So anyone could be the TNT title holder. I mean, that's just logical. That makes sense. The world title, that's a different story. I don't think Jericho should have lost it. I think Jericho should have had it at least 2 years. At least. And then that would have even built up the inner circle pinnacle thing. Make MJF come for the title. Don't give it to him yet, obviously. But make him fight for it. That would have been a good storyline. Other than just Moxley's lackluster run. And then Omega's lackluster run so far. The TNT title needs to be the belt that elevates guys, and the AEW championship needs to be the belt for the guy in your company. The TNT title needs to be taken off Darby immediately because he's already been built up enough. He doesn't need the title anymore. He doesn't need it. You have the entrance. He has the skateboard gimmick, the little goth kid gimmick. He does the stunts. He has the face paint, the tattoos, and then you gave him Sting. He's over. He's over like Rover. He doesn't need the title. You should have given it to Cage. You should have given it to Scorpio Sky with that cutter out through the suicide topia. Yeah, I mean, that was insane. I've never seen that before. Someone do a suicide dive and then bam, right into a diamond cutter. It was insane. That should have been Scorpio Sky's title that night. And then he should have gotten a small run with it. But no, you're keeping it on Darby. Because why? He gets a couple pops from the teenagers. It's not right. And fucking Butcher and the Blade. What are you doing with them? They're great. They're great. I love the gimmick. I love the tag team. Even with whatever her face is. I don't know her name. I forget her name. But it's a dope gimmick. Butcher and the Blade. It's fire. Fire. You're doing nothing with them. Doing nothing. What are they? The back in the death triangle. Like, come on. Come on. That's lame. That's lame. I lost faith in all that when they went from Death Triangle to the family back to Death Triangle. That's just dumb. It's dumb. There's no continuity.